Hello friends, welcome to Wealthy Options. This is Reddy Reddy. Do you know there is an index in India which measures the overall volatility of the market and how traders use this information and implied volatility to trade different option strategies? Watch this video to know all the details. Friends, India VIX is an index which stands for India Volatility Index, which measures how volatile market is. So when I say market, so we are talking about the Nifty. Nifty is a combination of 50 companies, 50 large cap companies from all the different sectors. So that's why when we can assume it measures the overall volatility of the market, or all the large cap stocks, and it is based on Nifty index option prices, and it is also called as fair index. So why it is called as a fair index, I will explain that shortly. But let's look at how it is computed. So it is computed from the best bid ask prices of current and next month Nifty options contracts. So in our previous videos we already saw, so Nifty has the weekly options, current month, next month and fair month contracts. So basically India VIX is computed from the best bid and ask prices of current and next month Nifty option contracts. So friends, there is a complicated formula to arrive at or to identify what is the VIX value. So I would say, we don't need to really worry about that complicated formula, but what we need to focus on is how we need to use this India VIX value and how it can be used it for probably trading a different strategies. Right now, let's look at how what exactly this VIX indicates. Now I'll show you in the charts, like VIX will have some value. So but it will have a value. For example, if it has a value like 19 or 20 or 16, so what does that 19 or 16 or 20 means, and how that can be used for our trading purpose? VIX indicates market participants view of annual volatility over the next 30 calendar days. So who are the market participants here? So market participants are nothing but you, me, FIs, DAs, all the other institutional traders, everyone, whoever is trading in the market, they are all market participants. And it is view about the annual volatility, not a monthly volatility, which means how much Nifty can fluctuate in the next 1 year, and what is my view in next 30 days about that fluctuation. So this is what VIX indicates. Anyway, now I'll take you to the charts and explain you with the example. So before we get there, so basically higher the India VIX means higher the expected volatility. If the VIX value is more, there could be more fluctuations in the market, and if the volatility is low and the fluctuations and market volatility will be low. Now let's see how you can find out the India VIX value. So one way is just Google for India VIX chart. So you will get a value. So you could see currently India VIX is at 19.08, right? So you can, this is where India VIX closed on Friday. So this is the 5 days view of fluctuation, how India VIX has been moving, right? But now let me take you to the chart so that so the view will be better. So I just got into my broker platform. So to see the India VIX chart, so you can just search for India VIX here and you will get it here. So I already added that to the market watch. So once you click that, you can see this is the daily chart. This is the daily chart of India VIX. So you could see India VIX is fluctuating every day. Almost 10 days back it was at 23, now it is 19, and so it has been fluctuating between different figures like 28, 18 and all these figures. What does it mean? So it means that, so currently at this stage the India VIX is at 19, which means market participants in the next 30 days, what they are expecting is Nifty can trade between plus 19% and minus 19% from current date. So let's do some small maths. So let's assume Nifty is at 15,200 and India VIX is saying 19 means 19%, so which is nothing but 0.19, which means So Nifty can fluctuate 2,800. I mean, let's say when it's a 3,000 points. So market participants' view is Nifty can fluctuate 3,000 points above, which means 18,200, or 3,000 points below, which means 12,200. Okay, Nifty. So which means, I mean, Nifty can fluctuate between 12,200 to 18,200 points in the next 1 year, and this view is valid for next 30 calendar days, right? So obviously today VIX is at 19. So when the VIX was at 23, right? So on that day, the market participants' view was, obviously we need to do small calculations. So 10 days back, market participants' view was, Nifty will fluctuate 3,500 points either upside or downside in next 1 year, right? So this is what Nifty India VIX indicates. So remember, this is only a indication. It doesn't mean that, and it is not certain. India VIX, based on this, you cannot take, you can't say certainly that, I mean, India Nifty is going to fluctuate only 3,000 points or 3,500 points. So basically this gives you a view as per today how much Nifty can fluctuate, and this information can be very well be used to build different strategies or to trade different option strategies. Now let's go back to presentation. I will explain like how this VIX can be implied to identify the pricing of options in shortly. And so these are the different values or different ranges how we can perceive about the volatility. So generally, if India VIX is trading below 12, which means market is very low volatile. So there may not be big fluctuations, right? And 12 to 15 is low, and 15 to 18. So generally, the India VIX used to trade between 15 to 18. So until the pandemic has hit us in March 2020, and after March 2020, I mean at some point of time, India VIX shot up all the way up to 80 plus. I'll just show you in the charts also. And now from there, I mean, it cooled off to 30, 25, 20. I mean, finally, so it has been about 20 for quite a long time, and now it is slightly coming down to 19 and 18 levels, right? Which means the fluctuations or volatility in the market is reducing, day by day or month by month. So before that, I mean, generally before the pandemic, the markets, India VIX used to trade actually between 14 to 17 or that levels, but now India VIX, these are the kind of a probably my view of new norms for India VIX. So 15 to 18 means, so it can be, we can say normal, and 18 to 22, so we can say volatility is high, and 22 to 26 will be very high. When I say very high, so market can fluctuate either upside or downside very fast, and above 26 is dangerous. What I mean by dangerous is, so if you are trading some strategies, so what happens is, I mean, Nifty can open gap up big and gap down big with a 200, 300 or 400 points, or within a day, so it can fluctuate a lot. So that is for the people, I mean, whoever is trading, so too much fluctuation in the market is not going to help, whether you are doing a non-directional trading or a directional trading. So people need either trending markets or range bound markets, especially for non-directional traders to make the money, but not the very volatile markets. Now let's go back and see the how India VIX. I'm just going to go to a weekly chart so that we can see a higher time frame. So as you could see, so Nifty, I mean India VIX used to trade around, you can see the values here. It used to trade around 14, 15 and all that. So now you can see the date below. So around, I mean, from 24th February onwards, this impact of Corona started on not only in Indian market, I mean all the global markets also. So basically during that time, markets were falling continuously. So generally, in general, Nifty, I mean India VIX shoots up when the markets are falling, right? And you could see it was almost for many years, it used to be around 15, 16, or at the max, 25, 28, right? But during this pandemic, the India VIX shot up all the way up to 84 or 85 levels. So this is because I mentioned in the start of this video itself, this India VIX is also called as a fear index. So why fear index means when the markets are falling, the people will be ready to sell off their holdings at any price. And always remember, market falls will be always steep, and it takes very short time for the market to fall. But to market to raise, generally the market raise will be steady, and it takes bit longer time. In general, it takes bit longer time compared to the fall. And whenever the markets are falling, the fear in the markets and the fear in the market participants will go high. So because of that, options pricing also will go high. So when the options prices, that means, so for getting the protection for their portfolio, they will be ready to buy put options at any price. And traders also, they will pay higher price. They will be ready to pay the higher price to get the advantage of steep market fall. So because of all this, options prices will go up, and the difference between the bid and ask prices also will go up, and as a result of that, India VIX also will shoot up. So it is called as a fear index because it shows the emotions, market participants' emotions. It indicates the market participants' emotions when the markets are falling or when the markets are rising. So when the markets are when the markets are rising steadily, so India VIX will tend to fall. That means there is no much volatility in the market, and people are also not very fearful. If the volatility is shooting up, that means market participants are fearful about the fluctuations in the market. Now let's look at what is implied volatility. So implied volatility is what market participants view about the fluctuation in underlying price over the life of an option. Okay, so here underlying can be Nifty, Bank Nifty, or any of your stock like Reliance, TCS, Infosys. And the life of an option, it depends on whether you are holding a current month contract or next month contract. So here we are talking about two things here. One is India VIX, so which measures the overall market volatility, and second thing is the implied volatility. So implied volatility, so India VIX talks about the overall market, but the implied volatility for each and every option of a Nifty or each and every option of a Bank Nifty or any particular stock will be different, because the volatility in Bank Nifty is different from volatility in Nifty. So because Bank Nifty fluctuates more compared to Nifty, and if you take any different stocks, so for example ITC doesn't fluctuate much, but if you look at some stocks like Tata Motors and all, so they fluctuate a lot. So because of all these fluctuations, so the implied volatility for each and every stock and each and every index would be different, right? Now we'll look at, I'll show you in the option chain, so how you can look at the IV for different strikes and for different underlines, right? Again, high IV results in higher pricing of options and vice versa. So very important. So option traders, so they choose different option strategies depending on where the IV of the underlying stands, right? So when the IV, when the implied volatility is also nothing but like it will have a value like 15, 16, 18, 19, for the choose, for the whatever the strike you are choosing. So if the IV is high, that means your options are priced higher. So if you are a buyer, you have to pay more, and if you are a seller, you get the more smart money, you will get the more premium, right? So if the IV is very low, that means it is an advantage for the option buyer to buy, because he is paying a less premium, right? But it is not an advantage for a option seller. So in which case, so option sellers, what they do is, they trade a different option strategies with a kind of a low risk. And when the IV is more, for the option buyer it is negative, because he need to pay option prices are more, he need to pay a more premium. But absolutely it is positive for option sellers, because just because the IV is high, he is collecting more premium, so his ROI will improve, right? Now how this IV is calculated? So IV is mainly calculated depending on the supply and demand, and supply and demand is important determining factor for calculating IV. So IV is, basically gets computed overall, on a different parameters, but most important parameter is the supply and demand. So what do I mean by supply and demand? So for example, if Nifty falls suddenly by 300 or 400 points, that means, so there is a more supply in the market. So many people are trying to sell it, right? And the demand, so the number of people who wants to buy is less. If the market is continuously falling, that means supply is more, the demand is less. So in which case the IV of the put options will continue to increase, right? So overall VIX also will increase, as a result of that, the call options also will increase, but in general the put options implied volatility will shoot up. And let's say there is a very good news in the market or very good news about the underlying, like any other share you are holding. So because of this good news, let's say the overall market or your particular share started going up very fast, right? So the market started rising very fast. So in which case what happens is there will be a, this is called, there is a more demand than supply. So everybody is, market is going up very fast and everybody is trying to buy it. There are very few sellers. So in which case what happens is the implied volatility of all the call options will shoot up very fast. Why? Because there will be a more demand for call options from the buyers, and also those who would have shorted the call options thinking that market will continue to go down, they will start squaring off their positions to basically to limit their losses. So they are trying to square off, that means they are buying, and whoever, because the market is going up, all the call options are also trying to buy. So because of all these things, the more demand will be created, which will result in expansion in the implied volatility on the call side. So in which case options, call options will be priced more, obviously. So IV is calculated based on the supply and demand, and if the IV is more, the options pricing will be more. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, IV usually increases when the markets are falling, because as I mentioned, so falling means fear dominates the market participants, in which case the people will be ready to sell their holdings or they will be ready to pay any price for the put options. So IV usually increases when the markets are falling, and it goes down when markets are steadily rising, right? See, we are talking about the implied volatility. So implied volatility can go up when the market's rising also, but that happens when the markets are rising suddenly. For example, in a week's time, if the market is continuously going by, for example, let's say when Nifty is going by 700 or 600 points or 800 points or continuing to go up, that means that is also lead to a big fluctuation in a short term. So in that case, though the market is going up, IV also can rise. But I am talking about the in general terms. So in general, when the markets are falling, the IV will go up, and if the markets are steadily going up, the VIX and implied volatility will come down, right? Now let's go to a option chain and look at the IV for probably even one of the index and also a stock. So this is the option chain for Nifty May month contracts. So as you could see, there is a IV, implied volatility IV for puts and also the calls, basically for all these strikes. Nifty is currently around 15,200. So as I told you, so for each and every strike and for each and every instrument, when I say instrument like Nifty, Bank Nifty, the implied volatility changes, right? Now you can see the implied volatility for 15,200 put options is 13.67. Okay, but whereas for call options, the implied volatility is 16.47. So this is because in the last last 1 week, the markets, especially this particular week, markets rallied like anything. So market shot up by probably I think 4 or 5% in this week. So which you can so basically see here itself. So Nifty, let's look at Nifty 50. So you could say this is the weekly chart. So this particular week, so Nifty, so low was 14,725 and high was 15,175. So which is almost a kind of 500 points move in a week's time. So as a result of that, so there is a IV expansion on the call side. So the implied volatility for call options is higher compared to the put options. And in generally the OTM, so as you go for a further OTM options, deep OTM options will have a higher IV, and at the money or near the money options will have a slightly lower IV compared to the OTM options. And what this also means is, so all these strikes with comparatively higher implied volatility, so those option prices are priced higher, which means if India VIX and implied volatility for this particular stock comes down, so these option prices will come down very quickly and sharply. So the options sellers, if they are selling this particular strikes with a higher IV, if VIX slightly comes down and implied volatility comes down, so these option prices will melt down very fast. Now let's look at another index, probably Bank Nifty. So this is the Bank Nifty May month contract. So as you could see, so Bank Nifty is currently trading around 34,600. So the way so basically the Bank Nifty is more volatile compared to Nifty. So that is the known fact to everyone. So if Nifty fluctuates around 1 to 1.5% in a day, so Bank Nifty can fluctuate 2.5 to 3% in a day overall. So because Bank Nifty is more volatile in nature, so it will have a higher implied volatility compared to the Nifty implied volatility. As you could see, so it has a implied volatility of anywhere from 21 to 29.30. But you have seen, for Nifty it was around 14, 15, 16 for at the money options. Now finally, let's also look at another stock, probably Reliance. So this is the option chain for Reliance May month contracts. So for Reliance, again, Reliance is not a stock which moves very fast or very slow. It's kind of moderately volatile. So because of that, so you could see you have the implied volatility for all the at the money options is around 19, but it is definitely higher than the Nifty, right? Probably if you look at any other volatile stock, maybe kind of Tata Motors or something. So Tata Motors in generally it is more volatile compared to the Reliance or Bank Nifty. So you could see the implied volatility for Tata Motors options is definitely much more higher compared to Nifty. Now I believe you have a better understanding of what is India VIX and what is implied volatility and how to measure the overall volatility of the market, and how to understand what this implied volatility means and how it is actually impacting the options pricing and all. Hope you found the information I have shared in this video useful. Please leave your questions, comments and suggestions in the comment section of this video, and also don't forget to check the description of this video where I have shared all the details about how to get access to all my live trades, be it positional, intraday and expiry during the live markets, and it's an opportunity to learn through my live trades. Please like and share this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.